Hi everyone. This time I want to talk back into the world of comic books and heroes from comic books and the movies, superheroes. I want to discuss a little bit the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. Of course, something that I also know from my infancy, my childhood, and so on. So, the Incredible Hulk is that big green monster. It's still a human being, but monstrous and big and green, that we see in some movies and in many comic books. The Hulk is a superhero because he's extremely strong and heavy. He can jump to very distant places, and he is about invulnerable, and he has super strength. So, the interesting thing about the Hulk also is that he's not always the Hulk. When he is the Hulk, he is a powerful, sort of beastly human, and he is not so brainy. He's in a way, he becomes stupid, he becomes primitive, he becomes centered in self-survival. He cannot think clearly and properly. But when he is in his normal human state, he's smaller and he's actually a scientist. He is Dr. Bruce Banner. So in different Hulk novels, Banner can transform into the Hulk in several different ways. I will discuss the main one. But the origins of him becoming the Hulk, they can also change in different past novels. The main thing was that he was exposed to some radiation or some chemical compound, and then what happens is that mostly when he gets really angry, he changes into the Hulk. So the message to many of us would be that if we get too angry, if we are in a way defeated by a very strong emotion of anger, we become the Hulk. We become a primitive beast, but with huge strength, with superpowers. As you might imagine, to children this is quite interesting, because many children will sympathize with the Hulk, because they know they can lose it, they can lose their minds, but also feel sort of powerful when they are really too angry. So, as adults, this can happen to us also, and some of us, we really enjoy being really angry because we get a power of, to some extent, being limitless now. We are no longer in fear because we are in anger. We feel some extra power. We can do things that we wouldn't dare to do otherwise. We can be daring, and sometimes we can go for fights that we wouldn't pick up if we were in our normal state. But of course, there are lots of inconvenience to this. This doesn't work in good human relationships, and this arises the brute in us, and it goes against clear, nice reasoning. It goes against affection. It goes against respecting the other human being. Now, the next interesting thing about Hulk novels is that what brings him back into being an intelligent scientist and a nice human being is something like being exposed to the power of a lullaby, to a woman that cares, that is not afraid of him, to some event that really soothes to some extent his anger, so he becomes a nice, real, intelligent human being again. In a way, in most novels I would say, it's mostly the power of love that in a way elevates the brute again and brings him to being aware of himself, in control, being back into nice relationships with other people. And this idea that love can elevate us to become different is also a very important idea here. Anyway, the Hulk has superpowers, and I have been observing that in some novels, authors are trying to find a way that Bruce Banner, the scientist, will be able to become the Hulk at will, keeping his human reasoning, keeping the fact that he's a nice person, while still resorting at will to superpowers. And with that, he becomes, in a way, a constructive superhero, once again at the service of the humankind, which is a nice idea. So let's think about this. Let's tame the Hulk we have inside. Let's overcome anger. Let's not be so happy about feeling strong with our anger, so that we might feel strong with love and with inner power that we assert in constructive ways, in tune with our humanity. And this is my thoughts. Those are my thoughts for the moment. So please comment if you like it, share, subscribe the channel, and see you soon.